Welcome to Mr. D's class, where we're gonna have some fun. Put on your thinking caps now, the party's just begun.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to Mr. D's Class Online. My name's Mr. D, and I will be your host as we go through a whole bunch of fun segments to get your brain percolating today. We're going to start where we always start, and that is with Miss A. And Miss A is going to tell us our calendar information, what day of the week it is, what date it is, and then she's going to give us our weather information, what we can expect for the day. Sometimes it's nice to check the weather because it tells us what sorts of clothes we should wear. If it's going to be a hot day, it's probably not a good day to wear a sweater and a jacket and a hat and mitts. And if it's a cold day, it's probably not a good idea to wear shorts or a tank top or t-shirt. We probably want to dress so that we're comfortable when we're living outside or inside on a day like that. So, Miss A, why don't you give us all the information we need to be ready for the day?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them quiet.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of June. Yesterday was Monday, the 8th, and tomorrow will be Wednesday, the 10th. It's going to be a beautiful day. Try to get some nice thing done for your parents at home, and enjoy your Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hi everyone, it is Tuesday and it looks like we're going to have a high of 29 and it's going to be really sunny. So make sure you wear your sunscreen and you have a hat on and enjoy your day. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks, Miss A. It's great to see you, and thank you for all the information you've shared with us. Next up, we have our word family with Miss B. Miss B has been our literacy expert over the past couple weeks. She was doing letter of the day, and now she's doing word families. And I got an email yesterday from a student who got 6 words from yesterday's word family, which is more than the 5 they were asked to do. So I'm really impressed. They get 1 million bonus points, 1 million of them. So if you come up with 5 words that are in this word family and you want to share them with me, just send them to the email address that I've got at the bottom of the screen here. I love hearing from you. So Miss B, take it away.
Hello, people. It is time for word families yet again. Today's word family is the IP, or IP, word family. So the words that I came up with today are dip, trip, skip, slip, and tip. So when you're coming up with your words to add to my list, your 5 more words to add to my list, see if you can even just go through each letter of the alphabet and see if it makes a word. That's what I do. I start at the letter A and I work my way through, and then sometimes I have to see if I have to put another letter beside it, and I work from there. So have fun. See if you can come up with 5 more IP or IP word family words to add to my list. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Miss B. It's always great to see you whenever I see you. Whenever I watch these videos, I love seeing Miss B telling us our word family, and I thank you for it very much. Next up, more literacy stuff. Our Queen Bee, the Queen of Comprehension, is here. Miss Buick is going to be reading us a short story and asking us some questions. Let's see if you can get some of those answers correct. So it's a cool story. I liked it today. So let's check it out. Miss B, it's time to get your cup of tea, your cucumber sandwich, and your fascinator. It's time for the Comprehension Queen with Miss Buick.
Queen Bee here, and welcome to my royal palace. Quick, come here, check this out. What do you see? Hints? You say hints you want? Well, they're right in front of you. Just take a closer look. Have you figured out what today's story is about? Well, if you said it's about things you might earn at school, then you're really, really close. Today's story is about a class vote.
The class vote. Mrs. Kimber's class is working hard to earn a reward. Every time they did something quickly, quietly, or respectfully, they would get a marble in the glass jar. Once they earned 20 marbles, they would celebrate. Mrs. Kimber's class has 17 marbles so far. She decided it was time to take a class vote on how they would celebrate. She asked the class for ideas. "I know," said Kate. "We can have extra recess." "I think we should have a movie day," said David. "What about a pajama party?" asked Mario. Mrs. Kimber wrote all of the ideas on the board. They would take a class vote. Mrs. Kimber would count up the votes, and the idea with the most would win. The class closed their eyes. When Mrs. Kimber called out the idea that they wanted, they would quietly raise their hands. After all the votes were in, the class decided they wanted a pajama party. Fun!
Welcome back, my royal friends. Yes, you're right. Today's story is about a class vote, something I'm sure you're very, very familiar with. But I have something for you to think about. Why do you think the author wrote this passage? Thought-provoking. Okay, time's up. Are you ready to earn your class rewards? We could talk to Mr. D about it. Just email him. Are you ready? Here are the questions. Question number 1. The author wrote this passage to A. Let everyone have extra recess. Woohoo! B. Explain what a pajama party is all about. C. Talk about earning rewards. Or D. Explain how to do something fairly. What do you think of those choices? Question 2. Why does the author talk about different rewards the students want to do? A. To show that students do not always agree on the same idea. Or B. To show that students should not get a reward at all. Wonder what you think of those two choices. Question number 3. The genre of this passage is A. Fiction, B. Fantasy, C. Mystery, D. Nonfiction. Do you remember what those two big words mean? It will help you if you do. Question number 4. Why did the kids raise their hands quietly? It is a wondering. Well, let's recap. Question number 1 was, the author wrote this passage to, and I think it's D, to explain how to do something fairly in the classroom. Question number 2, why does the author talk about different rewards the students wanted to do? A is the answer, to show the students that they don't always agree with one another. And actually, that is seldom the case that they do agree. Question number 3. This passage is A, fiction. It's not factually based. It could be, but it's not. It's just a story. Question number 4. Why did the kids raise their hands quietly? So they could vote for their chosen reward, of course. Well, how did you do? Did you earn lots of rewards? What rewards would you choose? Virtually, of course. Email your answer to Mr. D. Tell him what you'd like. Well, that's all the time I have for now. I hope the story brought back some fun memories of different class votes that you've been part of. So in the meantime, take care and be safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you, Comprehension Queen. My liege, I am constantly in your debt. That's how I think you're supposed to talk to a queen. Your Majesty. There's a lot of this that you do, a lot of bowing and doing this with your hand. I don't know why, but that's what I see on TV, so that's what I'm going with. I've never actually met anyone who's royal, except for our Comprehension Queen, and although she would argue that I should be bowing before her, so why not start now? All right, next up we have Miss D, and Miss D is going to be going over a very simple thing that you should be doing to help your family out, and it's just wiping off counters. Counters or tables, really. Same thing works in all situations, same style. Counters, tables, bathroom counters, kitchen counters. They can gather up stuff. They can get crumbs or dirt on them, and it's nice to clean them off. Miss D, why don't you show us how we rock that out? Life skills.
Did I get you? Okay, today on Life Skills with Miss D, I'm going to show you how to clean the counter. Okay, so you take your cloth, get some nice hot water, add a little bit of soap, not too much. You know what soap suds everywhere on your counter. So a little bit of hot water, a little bit of soap. I do this every time I'm done cooking. I do this every time I'm done the dishes. I move things out of the way. I take off my cutting board and my mat. Give it a good wipe down. And you know what else I do too? A little trick I do underneath. Because when things spill off your counter, they drip and they get stuck here. So I clean this part of my counter as well. Clean all my counter. And then I also clean my stove. So my stovetop gets a good wash after every time I cook, every time I do the dishes. All right, guys. Happy helping. See you later.
Some clean counters Miss D's got there. Thank you for helping us learn that skill, and we can practice that at home just by wiping off our counters. Mr. D wiped off the table he's sitting at just this morning, just because it was a little icky. It's outside, so it gets some, bird poop on it, or it's got some, spider webs hanging from it, or even the pollen, the yellow pollen in the air kind of lands on it, and it gets all icky, so I just wipe it down. It's nice to sit at a nice clean table, and I don't have to worry about getting all icky on my hands or arms or on my computer or anything. It's great. It's a really good practice. Next up, we have Mr. Duhamel. Mr. Duhamel has a Lego challenge for you today that's super sweet. You are going to be attempting, if you try this out, to build a bridge, a really strong bridge that we can use to, bring stuff from one side of the land to the other. That's why we have bridges. Usually bridges go over water, although not always. Sometimes they go over valleys where the land goes and goes down and up. Sometimes we build a bridge, so it's a lot shorter to go straight across than to go all the way down and all the way up. So, Mr. Duhamel, why don't you show us how we rock that out?
Hey everybody, so today's challenge is building a bridge, and we're going to try and put some heavy things on that bridge to see if it can hold the weight. So I have got from my kitchen some cans of pasta sauce. You can use other things like that from your kitchen, or canned food, or if you have weights at home, you can use weights. Just something that's kind of relatively small and heavy. So here's the rules with having a bridge, okay? You have to be able to fit something underneath it, because that's what bridges are made for. And it has to be able to hold weight. I guess that's actually it. Anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so I am done my bridge. Tried to give it a little bit of design, as you can see. And so I've got 3 of these, and I'm looking at this bridge, and I don't know. We'll see if it can hold it. So I'm going to move this up a bit so you can kind of see them go on, but I'm going to start with 1. Uh-oh, did I make it wide enough? Just. Okay, so it's holding 1. Let's see about 2. It's holding 2. I need to move these down a bit. It's holding 3. Okay, I gotta find some more stuff to put on here. So let's see if I tilt this up even more. I've got a thing of marbles here. It's still holding things. Okay, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to see how much stuff I can stack on top of my bridge, and then I'll like take a picture or something like that so that you can see. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm going to take these off because I found some more of these. So I'm going to, oh my goodness, put them on. What in the world? Look at how much weight it's holding. Okay, now it's gonna fall, but that's only because they're off balance a little bit. Let's see. Okay, it's still going. Oh, I'm starting to hear it crunch. Okay, I'll be right back, and then I'll take a picture of it because I want you to be able to see it, but I don't want it to fall. So I'll be right back. Okay, so Lego is actually super strong. Who knew? I am so excited to see your bridges. You can see how much stuff you can put on it, and take pictures. I'm excited to see them. Anyways, bye for now. Okay, so I was editing my video, and then I thought, wait a minute, could it hold even more weight? And I just had to see. So I'm going to show you, but I had to take off like some of the decorative things on the side, and so that I could fit my foot on it, and I'm going to stand on it, and it's going to hold my weight. So check this out. Okay, you ready? Oh my goodness, you guys got a quick view of my craft dinner there. But look at this. It's holding all of my weight. So that's a lot of weight. So anyways, maybe try to stand on your bridge. I mean, be careful, but still, see if it'll work. Okay, really bye
Thank you,
for now.
Mr. Duhamel. That's a pretty good looking bridge you got there. You must have been practicing. Well, with Lego. Next up, we have the answers to our word ladder from yesterday. Miss B's here to give them to you, so let's see how many you got right. Miss B, take it away.
Up the ladder, nowhere to go, feel the wrong, slipping under my toes, trying to catch up, everything is a clatter. Ooh, son, now get up the ladder.
Hey everybody, so I hope you all had a chance to try the word ladder more or less. So I have finished it, and I actually learned a new word doing this word ladder. So yeah, let's get on with this. So the letter, or the word at the bottom, of the ladder was most. And the first clue said the pole on a sailboat that holds the sails. That is a mast. So we changed the O in most to an A to make mast. Our next clue said this covers your face on Halloween. Change one letter. So we changed the T on mast to a K to make mask. This clue here, this is the word that I learned. A wooden barrel that holds liquids. Change one letter. It's a cask. I didn't know that's what that was, but do you know what I did? I went and figured out this clue first and then went back, and then I looked up the word, and yep, that's what it was. So the next clue says, what a doctor puts on your arm or leg if it's broken. Change one letter, and that is a cast. So we changed the K on cask to a T to get cast. The next clue says, the land next to the sea, add one letter. It's the coast. So we added an O to get coast. C-O-A-S-T. Next clue said, the price of something, take away one letter. So we took away the O, or not the O, sorry, the A in coast, and we got cost. Something that can't be found, it's, change one letter. So you change the C in cost to an L and you get lost. Next clue, the opposite of first, change one letter. Change the O in lost to an A and you get last. Last clue said opposite of most, add one letter, add an E, and you get least. So there you are, guys. Bye for now.
Thanks, Miss B. Those look all correct. I give you 100% and 53 bonus points. I don't know what these bonus points are for, but I gave you 53. You can do what you're going to do with them. Next up, we have our problems of the day. We're going to be reviewing our problem from yesterday. Mr. D will show you how he chose to solve it. I love it when you share how you solved it, or if you send me the answer that you got, again, through email. I gave you my email address earlier. No problem. And that's that. So let's look at our problem of the day from yesterday. I'll give you the problem of the day for today after that. Okay, let's roll. Challenging problem. It was a bit confusing, I should say. I think if you get it, it's really easy. And if you're kind of confused about what they mean, then it can be quite, odd. So they have these 3 dots, right? A group of 3 dots here. And they're adding a group of 3 dots here. Now, I think most of you know the answer to the question, right? If I said 3 plus 3, you could figure out 6 pretty easily, I think, most of you. But that's not the question. It's saying 3 plus 3 is the same as, and then they've got multiplication. All of these are multiplication. So what we have to know is that multiplication is repeated addition, and that it's really about groups, right? So we have one group of 3 here, and a second group of 3 here. So this question on A, 2 times 2, is saying there are 2 groups, and there are 2 groups, see, 1, 2, and 2 groups of 2. Does each group have 2 in it? No. 1, 2, 3. Is that the same on both sides? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's not. No, it can't be 2 groups of 2. So let's look down here at C. Is it 3 groups of 3? Well, the groups, there are 3 in a group, but there's only 2 groups. So it can't be 3 groups of 3. I'll go over to D. 4 groups of 2. Well, that's crazy. I don't have 4 groups, and I don't have 2 in each group. So that can't be right either. B says 2 groups of 3. Well, there are 2 groups, so that part's right. And there are 1, 2, 3 in each group. That's right. So really, you guys already know, even though you might not have known that you know, that 3 plus 3 equals 6, which is the same as saying 2 times 3, or 2 groups of 3 is 6. So that was the answer to our question of the day. It was B. I wonder how many of you got that right. Our problem for the day looks a little bit familiar. We had a question like this last week. Below are the first 3 diagrams of a pattern. So we have this one here, the second one, third one. What is the next diagram in the pattern? Or what is the next term in the pattern? Which one comes next? We've got image 1, image 2, image 3, and then which one of A, B, C, or D is our next pattern term or next diagram that should exist? Again, you can just email me the answer. I look forward to your responses. Awesome. So you guys can rock that problem of the day. I know you. You can do it. I have faith in you. And I'm giving out a quadrillion bonus points today. A quadrillion. Again, I don't know what these bonus points are for, but it's nice to have points all the same. Sometimes I just keep them because they're points. I love points. Anyway, next up is our choice board. Let's see what options you have today so that you can do some learning. Here we go. Choice board time. Of course, every day we brush our teeth, wash our face, brush or comb our hair. We put on clean clothes and have a bath or shower. So you should do that too. That's what I'm telling you. Because believe me, you might not smell it, but we all stink, especially if we're not taking care of our bodies. So reflex and prodigy are options. Today, Miss D showed us how to wipe a counter or a table. I'd like you to wipe a counter or a table. Make it nice and pretty and tasty so that it's nice and clean so everybody can use it safely. Mr. Duhamel had us building Lego bridges. If you have some Lego at home, I'd like you to build a bridge. I wonder if your bridge would be bigger than Mr. Duhamel's or smaller than Mr. Duhamel's. Here's our problem of the day that I just went over. If you want to refer to it, it's right here. Our word families today are the IP family, the IP family. Do you have 5 words that end with the IP sound? I think you should zip to it. See what I did there, folks? Come on, that's worth some points. We've got some live worksheets here. We've got Epic and Lexia. Pick Epic, pick Lexia, but do one of them, please. It'd be great. Can't let your reading slip too far behind. We have our more or less word ladder that Miss B just gave us some of the answers to, well, all of the answers to. If you would like to, you can follow along by using this sheet. We have a word challenge today. We have a neighborhood, we have our phys ed choice board, of course. If you go on a neighborhood walk today with an adult, I'd like you to answer this question. If you're walking with other people, how many toes do you have altogether? So if Mr. D is by himself, I only have 10 toes. I wonder how many would be if I was walking with another person, another 2 people, another 5 people. Rounding out our choice board today, we have our music, our drawing, our dance, and our coloring. So you have a lot of different options today. You can pick which ones you would like to do, which ones you want to try out, and just try them out. What a busy day we've had today. Weather, calendars, life skills, Lego building, story time, word ladders, word families. Crazy. Oh, and problems of the day. So it's been a pretty busy day, and we are out of time. It has been delightful to spend some time with you. I hope you enjoy seeing some of your adult friends. Again, we miss you so much. We can't wait to see you when we can see you, when it's safe to do so. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather while it's nice and sunny. Mr. D and the rest of us hope that you're all well and that you stay well. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Mr. D's class, where we're gonna have some fun. Put on your thinking caps now, the party's just begun.